ورحمة الله. Alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa man wala. Wa ba'd, inshallah, in just a few minutes or even less, we're going to cover one of the meanings of these beautiful ayat. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reminds us in the Quran of His wisdom. The wisdom of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We have to make sure that every single, commandment, every single thing in our life Allah has commanded us to do or to shun, to stay away from, there's wisdom behind it. And Allah knows, but we don't know. So, Allah said in Surah Al-Anfal, telling us about what happened when Allah has decreed for Muslims to give this victory. The Battle of Badr. Battle of Badr happened all of a sudden. The Prophet and the Sahaba, right? They actually were going at the beginning to stop the caravan of the Mushrikeen. This caravan had a lot of stuff, right? It was a business caravan. So they had a lot of things over there, and this caravan was loaded with clothes, food, everything, right? The intention for Muslims, for the Sahaba, at that time was not to fight. Wasn't to fight. Their intention was only to go there and stop this caravan and to take whatever they had at that time. Why? Because this kind of compensation. Because those Sahaba, they were ousted they were ousted of their homes. You know that, right? So, and the Mushrikun, they actually took everything. So this was part of the right. Part of the right was to go there and to take this caravan. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala didn't want that to happen. Allah wanted to let Muslims get a huge victory, the biggest victory in the history of Muslims, the Battle of Badr. So what happened? Just long story short, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has decreed for this caravan to be safe. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has decreed that those people, the Mushrikun, they were so arrogant. They said, some of them said, okay guys, you're safe now, let's go home, let's go to Mecca. خلاص, case closed. Abu Jahl said no. Abu Jahl, the father of ignorance, this is his nickname. He said no, yes, our caravan is safe, but we will teach the Prophet and the Muslims, listen, we are not going to go home unless we go and fight those people and defeat them so that they wouldn't be able to raise their faces after that. And every tribe in the Arabic Peninsula will mention us and will fear us and will get intimidated to even confront us after that. Abu Jahl said that. So Abu Jahl decided to go and meet Muslims. But who actually pushed him to do that? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And the Muslims now, okay, some of Muslims, they were not happy with that decision. The Prophet Muhammad said, we have no other option, we have to fight. But they actually didn't go out of their homes to fight. They went out of their homes to do what? To get the caravan peacefully. خلاص. No. That's what Allah said, كَمَا أَخْرَجَكَ رَبُّكَ مِنْ بَيْتِكَ بِالْحَقِّ وَإِنَّ فَرِيقًا مِنَ الْمُؤْمِنِينَ لَكَارِهُونَ. Some of the believers, they were not happy with that. Because now they would have to fight. And fight means what? Death. Right? And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has decreed for them to meet their enemies. Not all of the Sahaba attended the Battle of Badr. Why? Because the Prophet didn't announce. He didn't say, guys, let's go and fight. No. He said, let's go and get the caravan. Get this caravan. Right? So some of them, they didn't even go. They were at Al-Madinah. And some of them, they went with the Prophet to get the caravan. That's why they were so little in number. They were only 313 or 14. Subhanallah. So, and Allah decreed for this battle to happen. Why? As Allah said, to give Muslims this victory. Look to the wisdom of Allah Azza wa Jal. Sometimes we dislike something, we don't hate, we don't like, right? But Allah knows it's good for us. This is good for you. You don't like to meet your enemies, but Allah knows that this is going to be a great chance for you to get into Jannah. That's why He said, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, just a few seconds, He said, listen to this hadith, none of those who participated in the battle of Badr will be touched by the hellfire. None of those who participated, the 314, they got Jannah guaranteed. Until they died, Jannah was guaranteed for them. Imagine that. And he said, even one of those people who attended the Battle of Badr, he made a big crime later on. What was it, this crime? He sent a letter? Yes. He said, what's his name? Hatib ibn Abi Balta'a. Hatib ibn Balta'a, before the conquest of Mecca, imagine how many years now after the Battle of Badr? He sent a letter to the Mushrikeen telling them, guys, the Prophet and the companions are heading to Mecca to conquer Mecca. We call it what? In our law, this was treason. A big betrayal. Treason. So the Prophet, subhanAllah, was revealed. He was given this information by Allah. So he sent somebody, two of the Sahaba, Khalid ibn Walid and Ali ibn Talib. He sent them to stop this woman before she arrived Mecca. And she got the letter from her. And then the Prophet, he summoned this Sahabi. He said, why did you do that? Umar ibn Khattab said, Ya Rasulullah, let me finish him off. Let me actually chop his neck. Let me kill him. دعني أضرب عنقه. He said, no, Umar. Listen, perhaps Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given a special luck to those who participated in the Battle of Badr and said to them, do whatever you want, you are forgiven. Do whatever you want, you are forgiven. Imagine this big crime, treason. He was forgiven because he attended the Battle of Badr. Subhanallah. And Allah has forgiven his sin because of this battle, which was a great victory. At the beginning, they didn't like it, but they appreciated this battle after that. So, no matter what, my message to you, if you lose anything for the cause of Allah Azza wa Jal, this is not a loss. This is a big victory. But you might not see it right now. The outcome might appear to you later on. So ask Allah Azza wa Jal to make you steadfast. Allahumma ameen. We ask Allah to make all of us steadfast.